Yo, I'm Dave Angel, and this is my studio. Come.
So many people stereotype the term techno music. How would you describe your style of techno?
My style is funky, direct, energetic. You know, when you break it down into more like areas, you know? I mean, Europe's got its style of techno, Detroit has its style of techno, Chicago has its style, you know, UK has its style.
Yeah. When you first started DJing, what was the music that you started to play?
Reggae music, funk music, jazz music. I love jazz music, you know, because that was like my first introduction into music, you know?
Yeah. So what inspired you to start making techno music?
I don't know what inspired me really. It was just something that I really liked. I enjoyed DJing it, playing it out, you know, and it was fresh, you know. It's not as if I set out just to make techno, you know. It's just electronic music. That's what it was, you know, made with samples and you know, synthesizers and drum machines.
Like your first track, which actually went out there, that was of Rhythmic, Sweet Dreams.
Yeah.
So tell me the story about that, because
well, that tune, man. I mean, it wasn't like I was commissioned to do it or anything like that. You know, I had 2 cassette decks, 2 turntables, a whole bunch of records, and a toy keyboard. I thought, you know, let me make a groove up, you know? So I got 2 of the same records with rolls at 32 bars, you know, 16 bars, cut them together to run up to 5.5 minutes.
Okay.
Then I played a bass line each time I'm recording on a cassette.
Yeah.
So the quality's going down. Each time. That was my multi-tracking. You know? Because I never had those kind of equipment and that, you know?
That's the original flavour.
That's the original flavour, you know? For all those kids who don't know, a cassette is a tape. That means... you know, it's a mad technology. That was our technology in them days, you know, but it was great, you know? And so I cut those 2 tunes together for 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes, played a bass line live, then another melody part on top. And I'm searching through my record collection and I come across the Rhythmic Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I just throw that on the turntable and started mixing it through. And everything, it just seemed to fit like a glove. You know, it was like it was meant to be, you know? It was meant to be, I couldn't believe it. So I loaned 500 quid from Steve Jervier, pressed up 500 white labels, and took them around to all the record shops, sale or return.
Okay.
You know, some people would take 5 copies, some people would take 2, you know? Before you know it, that whole 500 was sold off.
Sold off.
Yeah, man, you know, I'm going around with my mum's shopping trolley and stuff. Yeah, but, you know, the thing is, that was the way that I knew to get this track out, because I didn't know no contacts to go and see, you know, at the record label or anything like that, you know? The best thing is just do it and see what happens, you know? Yeah, and well, that's a tip for you kids as well, man, you know? I mean, you could be working in a studio now and you've got the beautiful technology of all these computers and programs and stuff like that, you know? Try bootlegging something, you know? Put it out on SoundCloud and, you know, just see what happens, you know? So, I go back in now, I've you know, made Steve Jervier's money back, and I go back into paying his money in the record store. And the guy behind the counter, he's like, Dave, some people came in to see you today from RCA Records.
Wow.
And they're gonna sue you. I went, sue? How can they sue me? I ain't got nothing. You know, I live in a council flat, and I got just records, you know, and 2 turntables and a toy keyboard. You know, what, they're gonna take that off me? So I went downstairs, had the meeting with Steve, paid him back his money, and he said that they want to have a meeting with me. You know, but I didn't have anybody representing me or anything like that. So we got another friend of mine, Dave Durrell, and he came down, because he knows how to deal with these people, you know?
He can talk the lingo.
Yeah, he can talk the lingo, you know, and I'd never been in a record company before or anything like that, you know? Your first time, So we go in and they love the tune, man. They're like, oh, man, this is wicked. You know, Dave Stewart from the Rhythmics and Annie Lennox, they love the tune.
Brilliant.
You know, can you do it? You know, proper SSL studio.
Wow.
You know, we haven't got the tapes, they said. We don't have the tapes, but can you recreate that exact same vibe that you done in your studio. And I went, man, what, with £500 programmers an hour? You know what I mean? Of course I can do it.
Yeah.
You know?
That was the beginning of your being the guy for remixing. But as a DJ, you was playing your music all over the world.
Yeah.
So what was one of the most memorable gigs, events that you've played around the world, and why?
I think it'd have to be a party I'd done in Brazil called Rock in Rio. It was a massive party, over 200,000 people, but I'm playing to 100,000 people in front of me. You know, to top it off, we got a helicopter back from the gig. We got a helicopter back from the gig, back to the hotel, a heliport on the hotel, on the Copacabana, in Rio. It was amazing.
Are you scared of heights?
Oh, I don't like flying.
You don't like heights?
I don't like flying.
So what was that like for you then? The first time in the helicopter, scared of heights?
I mean, you don't really want to say to the people that you're with, man, I ain't getting in there. Do you know what I mean? You just go with it. It's another experience, in life that you got to try.
Do you still get nervous before you play?
Normally before I play, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I get a little bit nervous, I get a few tingles and that, but once I'm up there,
you're good.
This is my spot, this is my area, I'm in control. If you're not nervous, then you become too complacent, and that's when you start making mistakes.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to be on it, man. I've never been one to go out and try and sell yourself and I'm this and blah, 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 blah. The music does it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Music talks.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember when I first started, I was doing the press release, the flyers, I was running up and down doing the promoting, and then when I was doing that, I'd come home and I'd be making the music, and it's not even just for me, so I'm mixing for everybody, and then I'm hosting the event. It was just like,
it's like back in the day, a man promoter booked you to do a gig, man, and the next thing he's come around my house with a box of flyers. I said, what you do with that? You want to take them things with you now, mate? I'm a DJ. I'm not a promoter. That's your job, star. You know what I mean? What you want me to do with that?
That's your job, bro.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
It's your party.
Yeah.
Not mine.
I'm just coming to play.
I mean.
Would you, if there were like 3 golden rules that you would give to like anybody who wants to get in production, what would they be?
I think find your genre, master that, or try to master it before you start stepping out into different genres.
Okay.
Definitely. Know your equipment and be prepared to work hard.
Okay. Because some people think music...
It just happens.
It just happens.
It's
an easy thing.
It doesn't. Well, if that's how they think, then everybody else will be able to hear it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because it's all about passion, it's all about emotion and how you feel within you at that particular moment.
Yeah.
So
the music tells your story.
Yeah.